Chapter 1 Prologue. You are listening at famvetv.info. At midnight, in one of the streets in the city of Ekron, Willard was lying dead in a pool of blood, all alone in the silent street that in his last breath, while losing his consciousness. This young man thought, I shouldn't have run away from father back then. I shouldn't have rejected the help of his thugs after his death. I shouldn't have chased after Sierra and make Bran my enemy. If only I had a second chance. Sigh, and he closed his eyes. After an unknown amount of time, Willard opened his eyes to see a white ceiling above him and a nice comfy bed below him. He suddenly sat up on the bed while touching himself. No blood. I didn't die. Was it a dream? Willard mumbled as he checked himself. Stepping down the bed and stretching himself, he spoke to himself, man, that was one scary dream. Suddenly he stopped moving as he realized that it wasn't his apartment. Where am I? Wait a second. This is my room at Raven's mansion. How am I back here? That means the dream wasn't the dream but a real incident and I was saved by these thugs. Did I lose a part of my memory? Or was that just a dream while I was brought back here without me knowing by injecting some drug? As a various number of theories popping in his mind, all of a sudden, the door was opened and a guy who is more than 6 foot tall, in a black suit entered the room. Good morning, young master, Lord Philip is waiting for you, downstairs. The guy in a suit bowed to him and then informed his message politely with respect. What the? Silver, you were alive. And my dad is waiting for me. Did you guys fake your deaths all along? So, Dad escaped even after getting shot in the head? Asked Willard, who was confused to see a dead man appear and hearing his dead father is also alive. Silver was taken aback by his response. What do you mean we faked our deaths, young master? I'm fine with perfect health and so was Lord Philip. Who would dare to try to put a bullet through Lord Philip? Are you all right? As Silver looked at him in a worry, Willard replied, it's nothing. I just got a bad dream. You go first. I'll come downstairs after freshening up and getting dressed. After Silver bowed and left while closing the door, Willard collapsed on the bed while clutching his head in confusion. What the hell is going on here? Last night, I was shot on my way to my home from the convenience store. Now, after waking up, I don't have blood on me. Willard hurriedly took off his shirt and checked his body to see any trace of a bullet wound. As soon as he saw his body abs, Willard immediately ran towards the dressing table and looked himself in the mirror. How is this possible? Will was shocked to see him younger and a well-built body that he had back when he was around 18.21 years old. After getting thrashed and stepped on by Bran, Will stopped exercising and maintaining his fitness. Cool. Don't panic, alright. Something is going on here. I need to look around first. After forcing himself to calm down, Will started rummaging his room to look for whatever clues that lead him to a clarity. After searching around, he finally found his mobile in one of the drawers. This mobile is also the one I used more than 5 years ago. What's going on here? Will mumbled, as he opened the screen lock with his fingerprint. As soon as he saw the date and time showing on his mobile, 8:33 a.m., April 5, 2020, Will sat down on the sofa with a shock on his face. I woke up 5 years in the past, after being shot dead. Now, it all makes sense. Why am I here? Why Silver and Dad were alive? What the hell? How does that even make sense? Perhaps, this is all going in my head while I was in a coma after being shot, or did I dream 5 years worth of my future while I was sleeping on my bed last night? After a while, Willard went downstairs while keeping saying, calm down, in his mind and saw his father and many of his thugs he was familiar with, alive and well. Will forced himself to calm down and kept his emotions in check while greeting his father. Good morning, Dad. Philip, the mafia boss, smiled in return. Come, son. Sit down here. I have something important to tell you. What is it, Dad? Asked Will. Then, the smile on his dad's face gone and a serious expression appeared while replying, "You are going to enroll at Leafway University instead of Akron University starting this summer." I remember it now. This was the day I fought with Dad for not letting me join my chosen university, and it led me to run away from home. A week later, thought Williard as he suddenly remembered one of the events that changed his life forever. What should I do now? Forgetting whether I traveled 5 years to the past or this was just a memory I'm dreaming while being in a comatose or vegetative state, this was always the first thing I regretted in my future. Might as well as choose a different option this time. After thinking for a long time, Williard nodded, "I'll do as you say, Dad." Hearing his son, Philip smiled with happiness and said, "Really? You will do what I say? That's great. Come, let's have breakfast together." After having breakfast, Will returned to his room and mumbled, "Let's see for a few days and then, we'll decide what to do." 2 weeks later, looking down from the balcony at the security that was almost doubled than a week ago, Williard's face changed seriously. "It's been 2 weeks and I wasn't able to wake up in my present time no matter how much I sleep. Even if it doesn't make sense, my heart says everything happening is real. Probably God took pity on me and sent me back in time. After all, while dying, I asked for a second chance. Maybe this is the second chance." Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.